But this one has 6 wire, and we're gonna go ahead and put all 6 wires back on because it makes a really strong fence. And they've already run the materials, so I'm just gonna put it in. But first thing we gotta do is we gotta get this we gotta get this berm cut down. And basically what you see is there's a ridge here from all the wind. The wind from the in the winter comes off of those hills and then over, and then it keeps heading that way, keeps heading east. And so they had this field fence, which is basically horse fence, which is a square fence, and it was just collecting all the trash, the weeds, all that junk over all of the many years. All the dirt didn't have anywhere to go. So we're gonna take old Fergie here. It gets to work again. And we're just gonna scrape this down and we're gonna even it out. I don't want to completely take the berm out because there is a slope here, and I don't, when it floods, I don't want it to come over and wash out my neighbor's field. There is a little draw right here, and so that's where all the water gets directed. But we'll take a pass or two with the blade, we'll cut it, we'll bring it down. One of the other reasons, other than removing all that trash that gets stuck on the fence, is we need to lower the fence so the calves are not shoulder width with the top wire. We want their shoulders to be a little bit lower because, you know, like you saw in my other videos, some of them high-headed calves, they'll just jump right over that fence. And don't think that a 5, 8, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 pound animal won't jump that fence, because I've seen it. I've seen them go right over it. They get those front legs over it, and then they just put all their weight on it, and it smashes down on it and it breaks it. So we want to have as much deterrence as possible, and cutting this berm down will bring it back down to grade so they don't have as much of an advantage. So that's what we're gonna do. Morning. The mornings are getting cooler. It's about 52 degrees when I got up this morning. It's a beautiful morning. We got quite a bit of this scraped down, as you can see. We probably have another 2 or 3 passes to go, and then we'll be done getting this all scraped out. So the goals for today are to get the posts cut. We got to use a welding torch. I'll show you that setup. We got to get the posts cut, and I like to get them concreted in the ground. And if we make it far enough, we can potentially get the welder out and start putting in the braces that go through it. That way tomorrow we can stretch a wire. We'll stretch the bottom wire, and then we can start pounding posts. So that's kind of the goal for today, is to get those posts set and concreted in. You hear the cows bawling in the distance. All right, I did notice also that we got some tracks here. Looks like a coyote came through, and there's a rabbit track right here. You can always find the animal prints in soft dirt like this, because it just makes an impression that's really easy to see. And it's pretty dewy today. There's a lot of moisture in the air, so I highly doubt they're gonna come and bale this. This stuff has been sitting here for a little over 10 days now, maybe 12. And the farmer keeps coming over to check it, but it's still too wet. And I like to get it off the ground so I can get some water on this alfalfa and get it up. You can see here that it is coming back, but a little bit of water on it would help. All right, let's go get on the Ferguson and let's make some passes. Well, my tractor got hot, and so I went back and got some water, spilled a bunch of water. So we're gonna see what's up. Yep, it is low. I checked it this morning. I can see the water level, so I don't know what's up. So we'll get some water put into this thing. I just got some water here. I didn't have any extra antifreeze, so we'll just put some water in it. Not bad. All right, throw the lid back on. And we will do another run or two, and then we'll be in good shape. Old Fergie's getting hot again. That's a new radiator that went in. So my suspicion is this water pump is probably shot. Ouch. Well, actually, it looks like this fan belt's incredibly loose. And it looks like I lost my bracket right there to keep the tension on it. So I suspect what's happening is there's just no tension on this guy, and so he is slipping the fan belt, which is slipping the fan, which is making it get super hot. So I gotta go find a bolt to go through that. But the good thing is I am done with my passes, so we'll let this thing cool down. Still got some water here, so we'll leave that here. Yeah, it ain't happy. And let's go ahead and lower this guy. So next thing we got to do is go get some pipe. So I got a corner brace that goes here, here, and here. And we're gonna just reuse the holes and fill it with concrete. And I'm gonna make the pipes, what was I gonna make the pipes? How long was I gonna make them? Let's see, 2 feet in the ground. So I was gonna make them 7 feet. That way I'd have 5 feet sticking above the ground, and that should be high enough. And then I've got some H braces down the road that we got to go get. So we'll hook up the four-wheeler and we'll go drag some pipe. But this really turned out good. We still have a slight berm, but that's okay. It's not as steep as what it was before. And it still allows, when the water comes in, it all gets funneled down that way and then through the outlet a little bit further down the road. So this is much better. It's really lowered about a foot of dirt, and it gets me back down to where it really should be. So this has turned out really good. So let's go hop on the four-wheeler. Let's go get a chain. Let's go get some water, and we'll go get some pipe. All right, so we got pipe in. That was quite a fun feat. There's 3 sections completely welded together, and that pipe is heavy. Anyways, we got it up here. So first thing I wanted to show you is this is soapstone. This is what we use to mark the pipe so it shows up. And I'll show you. Right? So it's used for marking all kinds of metals and whatnot. You can find this at your local hardware store. Second thing is the torch. So this is called a cutting torch. It's got a cutting tip on it. You mix in oxygen and acetylene and you adjust your valves here. And then when you got a cut, you use this to apply the gas. And then the last thing is a striker. So this is what we use to strike the torch. We want to wear glasses, gloves, and then let me show you the bottles. So we have an oxygen bottle here, and then we have an acetylene bottle here. They recommend that your acetylene is open about 1/4 to 1/2 turn, and that you're sitting at about 10 pounds. So I'm a little high there. So I'm gonna cut him down just a little bit. And then your oxygen you can open up, and they say you can be sitting at right around 25. So that is where we are at. Let me adjust him just a little bit. Okay. So that's what we got. So let me get my equipment on and we'll strike it up. All right, so the first thing you do is turn your acetylene on. You'll notice when you give it less, it gives this black soot. And so you want to adjust it. So we get our flame to where it's no longer black sooting like that. Our oxygen's on, and then we mix it in. There you got your flames about like that. Nice and even. And you just cut it. Get your metal hot. There you go. Okay. Now we can just do, let's see, I need I think I need 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 11. So we'll just make 11 of them. Got our 11 pipes cut. In case you're wondering, yes, it is hot running a torch. So now we got to load this guy up, and then we can take them down to the fence. And then we got to get a holder, a digger, and redig our holes, and we're good to go. All right, had some lunch, had some water. We are now out here at the other end of the field, and I need to start digging some holes. So we've got one hole here. This is the original hole that I took out the railroad ties from. There's a hole there, there's a hole there, there's one there, and then I'm gonna put a hole here, possibly. Maybe not. And the reason I'm not sure yet is because this looks like some kind of a gate. And actually what I am gonna put in a post there, because when I go to fix this fence line or go to stretch on it, we're gonna take out these railroad ties, that railroad tie. I don't need a gate there because I got a gate way down there. And so when I stretch on this fence, I'll need something to hold tight on. So we'll dig out that hole there, and we'll put in a post there. All right, I'm gonna start digging. These holes should be relatively easy to get to. I just put a little bit of dirt over them, so we're not having to redig the holes all the way. We just got to get the dirt back out of them. The ground around here is pretty soft. I still hate using these things, but we're gonna go about 2 feet. Put a pipe in, put some concrete in, and that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, so we've reached that part of the day that I've been looking forward to. We've got all the holes dug for all of our corners, all of our H braces. So what I've done is I have pulled a string line, basically the bottom wire, in the original hole, because I had to scoot the hole over just a touch, but you can see I'm pretty straight and centered there, so we got it that way we don't mess up our property lines. So I've got some water that I hauled out here. We're gonna mix it in this bucket, and then I've got the level on the truck, and we will set these posts, and then we will come back tomorrow and weld the braces that go between them. So let's get started so I can get out of this sun and I can go lay down because I am shot. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's a new day. Goals for today: we got to get our braces in. I need 5 of them. So we have to go get our measurements. and then some pipe, and we'll cut it up by the shop, and then we'll bring it down here. And then we want to stretch a bottom wire so we can start putting posts in. So that's what we're doing today. I've got the welder on a charger, so it's getting charged up. So let's go down to the very end and we will go get the post measured. Okay, so here's our post, nice and strong, perfect. So what we got to do is we got to get a measurement from here to over here for our new posts. Okay, so we got the consistency. It's a little wet, but not terrible. It's not worth me going to get another bag to try to get it just right. So we will start filling these holes. I think I'm going to start with that one because that's the furthest away. All right, so we'll take a post, shove it down there, get any kind of air that might be in it. Work it out, get the level. Get it up to the line, work that sucker around. And we just set it. So you set it this way and this way. Scoot this over just a minute. There we go. Let that set for a minute and then we'll check it again, adjust it if it needs to. Alrighty guys, we got all the posts that we dug in the ground, concreted. It was a long day, but the sun has given up. I think it's time for me to give up. We've got tomorrow we have to put in the braces that go between the post. And what I'm talking about, if I don't get tangled on the barbed wire here, what I'm talking about is the brace that goes from here to here, and that's what makes this strong. So we got to go take those measurements, cut a little more pipe, get the welder out, and put those in. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 braces to weld in. And then as soon as those braces, sorry. As soon as those braces are done, then we can go find the bottom wire and we can start stretching it. And then after we got that bottom wire stretched, then it's time to go and pound posts. So that's what's on the docket for tomorrow. Appreciate you watching. I'm gonna end the video here, and we'll catch you guys later. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. See ya.